Law of Attraction. Spiritual Gifts for the New Age. A Paradigm of Empowerment. Ascension Series Book #2. By Mike Tisdale. Foreword. Did you know that, generally, humans use less than 10% of their brain's potential? The good news, however, if you feel that you are one of those humans that fit into this category, is this can be changed in an instant. You can change this by utilizing your God-given spiritual gifts that rest inside the inner kingdom of your mind. Everyone has spiritual gifts. For many, these gifts are often unclaimed. For others, these gifts are active, but underappreciated. For some, the gifts reveal themselves randomly, leading one to think that they are merely lucky at times. Well, my fellow co-creators, this is why I've created this manual. We are, in this transformational age of Earth, now ready to reclaim the spiritual gifts of within. These spiritual gifts can be used to enhance our lives in conjunction with the law of attraction. These blessings of the divine can be used to improve relationships, better careers, and open up the higher faculties of the brain. What are these spiritual gifts? How do we utilize them? Together, we'll explore these gifts of spirit and will rediscover how to recognize and utilize them in everyday life. Together we will tap into the higher faculties of the mind. What will result is a world of enlightenment, heightened psychic ability, and an overall better, wonderful and magic command of the spiritual gifts that are within. Do you think of yourselves a human searching for a spiritual awakening? Well, you actually are spiritual beings in the midst of a human awakening. See yourself from the perspective of the spirit within. You'll quickly remember why you came here and what you came here to do. Professor Sudhir Kapoor, author, Law of Attraction, The Secret of Creation. Every human has 4 endowments: self-awareness, conscience, independent will, and creative imagination. These give us the power to discern, to choose, to respond, to change. Stephen R. Covey. Manifesting a Better Life with the Laws of Attraction. One of the greatest spiritual gifts that you contain, unbeknownst to many, is the ability to consciously manifest. Notice the use of the word consciously. The thing is this: you are always manifesting. Morning, noon and night. Now, whether or not you are manifesting by default or on purpose is the question to be asked. In other words, yes, you are creating your reality through manifestation. Via the law of attraction, you can create a better life, regardless of where you are now. What are some things that would create a better life for you and your family? Is it a lot of money? A better job? Stronger relationships? People will work lifetimes in order to acquire things which they believe would enhance their lives, but much of the force that brings these visions to life is the power of manifestation. Through the act of manifestation, one is working within the strength of universal laws of attraction. These are the laws that govern the foundations of creation and are much greater than any man-made laws. But how does one harvest this universal power of manifestation? Some tools of manifestation to help you achieve what you truly desire include embarking in mind magic, spiritual alchemy, meditation, conscious use of your psychic connections, focused use of the mind's eye, creative visualization, creating vision boards, repeating affirmations, and, well, many, many more ways. After all, we do live in a world of infinite possibilities. First, before we explore the spiritual gifts that are within, let's take a look at the law of attraction on a more universal level. The basis of the universe is abundance. The stream of well-being flows through every human being at all times. If this is so, you may wonder, why is there so much negative news? Why are so many attracting unwanted results in their lives? Why are people putting their dreams on hold? Why is the economy so bad? The answer lies within the powerful law of the universe, the law of attraction. The law of attraction states, that which is like unto itself, is drawn. This is why, despite the knowledge of a poor economy, there are those who have no first-hand experience of that observed poor economy reality. They are not affected by it and are bathed in abundance and living prosperous lives. They maintain their personal vibrational and experiential balance by not focusing on the perfectly valid reality of an ailing economy. How is it possible that someone can have abundance in all aspects of their lives in the midst of this tough economy? The answer to that question is best answered with the exploration of another question: what reality are you focusing on? You get what you focus on. You see, you create your reality by way of vibration and frequency. You emit a certain vibration by way of the thoughts that you entertain. Each thought contains a frequency. Those thoughts charged emotions such as love, joy and appreciation expand one's experience. Those thoughts filled with fear, doubt and anger tend to limit one's experience. By way of our thoughts and emotions we are creating our very own realities. With that said, all realities are happening right now. Every reality that can be imagined is. The way we experience reality is by way of tuning via the vibrational frequency we emit. What we experience is always a direct match to our frequency. You cannot perceive what you are not the vibration of. Therefore, if you are focused on the negative news, things you don't like and the fault of others, then you will not be able to see the positive aspects of the world, things you appreciate and the good deeds of others. If one focuses on the frequencies of negative news, things they don't like and faults of others, then by way of law of attraction, their experiential reality will be filled with more negative news to talk about, more things they don't like and more faults of others. In other words, by way of the law of attraction, you get what you focus upon. So now the question is indeed, what reality will you choose to vibrate to? You see, by way of your thoughts, word and actions you are manifesting an already existing frequency of reality into your awareness. This is how you manifest your experiential reality. Manifestation is the experience of being the vibratory rate that allows you to perceive, to make visible, what is already here, but is invisible to you in the state that you're in now. There's no need to pull anything to you from the future. It is here now. All that's needed is an adjustment of frequency to make that which was formerly unreal, real. So, when there is a discussion about the economy, what reality are you validating? What reality are you speaking of? In the act of speaking about a reality you are making its aspects a stronger presence in your reality. With thought, speech and action, you vibrate to an already existing earth that is vibrationally congruous with the reality you believe you will experience. As vibrational beings it is important to recognize that reality responds to you, not the other way around. Although you could simply choose to react to the things that you observe around you, this would not be empowering yourself to be the creator of your reality that you can be. Instead this would simply be regurgitation. Reality responds to the vibration that one is putting out. When one turns on the news, sure, there is evidence of mass consciousness focusing on the ideas of a poor economy and difficult times. However, remember, as vibrational beings, reality can only respond to you via the vibration that you are putting out. Therefore, if you are putting out frequencies of abundance, peace and happiness, then the vibrations of poverty and lack won't be able to find you. In order to keep your vibration tuned to the reality you desire, the key is to follow your dreams. Follow the thread of excitement that represents your passion. This will keep your vibration attuned with that of who you truly came on earth to be. By following your passion, the universe knows how to reflect back to you what represents your ideal reality. Naturally, since you are a vibrational being, the universe will give you a perfect reflection of the vibration that you are aligned with. From this perspective, we can then see ourselves as creators of our reality instead of victims to the circumstances of life. Our actions, both physically and energetically, cause reactions that are reflected back to us. We are pure energy, part of one energy field. Therefore, it would make sense that whatever energy we project returns to our awareness in some form or another. Everything that we experience is a reflection of our emotionalized thoughts, words and deeds. This puts us in an empowering state of mind and takes us out of the victim consciousness that has become prevalent in today's world. We understand that we are now not a victim to our economy, rather we are creating our economy. The greatest gift to mankind, along with the creative power of imagination, is that life is inherently meaningless. This view has been touched upon by many great philosophers, physicists and thinkers of our time. These gives man the divine power, the intent and focus, to give meaning to all situations, interactions and circumstances that he may find himself creating. As the law of attraction shows, man will get out of the situation the meaning that he puts into it. Many will get the energy that he infuses the situation with. So even if one sees evidence or lack, a poor economy or a challenging situation, how they respond to it determines the actual effect that they would get out of the situation. In other words, as a vibrational being, it's up to you to infuse a situation with the charge you'd want to get out of it. And by way of the law of attraction, that which you assign and define to your reality manifests in your experience. This defines reality as a space of energy always changing and always evolving. The myriad of subatomic particles that makes up reality shows that nothing simply is because it is what it is. Instead, what it is due to someone crystallizing a preferred isness into their reality as truth. That is their truth in their reality. In a world full of individual truths means that there's plenty of room for your truth. So what reality will you vibrate to? One of the most powerful tool and simplest tools of manifestation is creating visualization. In this process, you bring yourself into a light meditative state, focusing nearly all of your energy on visualizing what it is you'd like to experience. Because you're focusing all of your being on the things you desire, leaving behind distractions and conflicts, you are using the power of imagination to bring things to life. Another exercise to practice the power of manifestation is creating a vision board. Vision boards are a great tool to get the creative juices flowing. In this process, you would cut out images in newspapers or magazines which represent your wishes or goals and place them on one board. Through this method, the highest vibrations of love and excitement energize those images and help crystallize them into manifestation. Last but certainly not least, affirmations are a commonly known form of manifestation. Our inner talk is responsible for much of what we experience, however, affirmations are most effective when spoken with feeling. Feeling is what creates. Therefore, your thoughts objectified with the tone of your dominant emotions is what shapes your reality. Honing the power of manifestation is a strong way to create a better life. In doing so, you surrender and rely on the laws of the universe and find support of the all that is. The ability to manifest, used in concert with the laws of spirit, is the key to enhancing your life. Love gives us in a moment what we can hardly attain by effort after years of toil. Goethe. Attracting abundance with the law of attraction. Before we get into the deepest of the spiritual gifts, let's take a straightforward look at simply attracting abundance via the law of attraction is one of the most powerful laws in the universe. In a sense, it is the way in which you actually create your experiential reality. The law of attraction states that, you get what you focus on, positive, negative, or indifferent. Another way of defining the law of attraction is the understanding that what you put out, you get back. So, if you want to attract abundance into your life, the key is to focus on what you wish to manifest. You must know what you want. Then, put your attention on those things. Meditate on how you will manifest abundance into your life. Then, take action to produce a desired reaction. Think about positive things. The way to attract abundance into your life is to always maintain a high vibration. You raise your vibration by thinking positive and staying in a positive state of mind. No matter what's going on, Make a decision that you are going to think positive and focus on the good things in your life. Put your attention on the things that you want to receive in your life. Your thoughts create your reality. Use the law of attraction by thinking about what you want to bring about. So, you would attract abundance by thinking about the abundance around and available to you. By understanding that you are using the law of attraction in each and every moment of your life by way of the thoughts that you are offering, you will understand how important it is to think about your hopes and desires as if they were rushing their way into your existence. Because, in actuality, they are, if you allow them to. You see, we live in an already abundance universe of infinity. The law of attraction works for everybody. There is no limit to what one can achieve. If you want to manifest desire into your life, then you can. Now, let's say that as you stand in your place of wanting to manifest abundance, you can only point to a few things in your life that are positive. Well, the way to increase the amount of abundance around you is to be appreciative of what you already have. By way of the law of attraction, the universe will now bring on to more things for you to be happy about. Consequently, if you would continue to beat the drum of what isn't working in your life and the negativity of the world around you, then that is what you will experience. You will continue to observe more things that don't work in your life and negativity in the world around you. Attract abundance into your life by speaking of those things that make you happy. Talk about those things that support the means for you to manifest abundance into your life. The law of attraction allows you to create your reality by manifesting the thoughts that you send out to the universe into physical reality. It is love alone that leads to right action. What brings order in the world is to love and let love do what it will. Krishnamurti. Mind Magic. We began by speaking of the amazing power of the brain. However, there is an even bigger inner faculty than that of the brain. It is the 1001st. Your mind is reality. The mind is consciousness itself. Let's take a look at the true magic of the mind and how it relates to the law of attraction. The magic of the mind is the act of changing your consciousness. When you change your consciousness, you change your reality. There is an undeniable power in each and every person, a skill that everyone practices at all hours of the day. This great universal strength is the magic of the mind. Mind magic is the heart of extraordinary psychic activity. The thoughts and activities of the mind become reality. After all, reality is only a reflection of what we believe to be true in our minds. If you can understand this concept, you can understand the power of the mind. Even when you least expect it, mind magic is at work. Seemingly mundane occurrences such as perspectives, dreams and healing are all products of the mind's abilities. Think of someone you know. How do you feel about that person? Have your thoughts or feelings changed about that individual over the course of your relationship? As you move from strangers to friends, this is an example of mind magic at work through shifting perspectives. A change of perspective takes place on an inner psychic level as reality shifts to reflect the new perspective. Our minds assume perspectives we find appealing. Therefore, as our beliefs grow and we adopt different perspectives, our physical environments reflect and find truth in those perspectives. Dreams are another example of mind magic. As we dream, our higher minds give us instances of inspiration, hints of warning or pieces of premonition. Dreams are visions from experiences or metaphorical events, lucid or otherwise, that we can bring to life through the strength of the mind. The term "if you believe, you can achieve it" is not as silly or far-fetched as we might think. However, in order to bring anything into physical form, it's important to reach the vibration frequency of what you desire. In other words, assume the mood. In lining your mind up with what you wish for, you release the tone, also known as a vibration, into the universe of what you want to see reflected back to you. To an even greater extent, the power of the mind can initiate the act of self-healing. Years ago, renowned author Wayne Dyer was diagnosed with leukemia. Despite doubts and worries from family and friends and discouraging statistics from doctors, Dyer refused to believe in the negativity and chose to harness the psychic energy of his mind for healing. Through the power of his mind, Dyer was cured of the supposedly incurable disease. As you can see, mind magic is as much a part of our daily lives as breathing. Whether through dreams, perceptions or healing, it is a power that affects us in all aspects of our lives. First, the energy of God descends upon the earth. Then it pretends whatever it wants to be, then it ascends back to its source. You are God pretending to be whatever you are right now. Do you understand what this means? You have allowed yourself to descend, but by pretending to be less than what you are, you have not ascended back to God. Thomas, Indigo Child. When we love, we are the universe and the universe lives in us. O. Permes. Using the law of attraction for love and relationships. If you've delved into the world of personal development/self-help, it's likely that you're already familiar with the principle called the law of attraction. This tool has been utilized to manifest many different items of value into people's lives. Often, people use the law of attraction to manifest physical objects, a new career or promotion at their job, a bigger house, a brand new vehicle. However, can things that are not physical, like love and relationships, be found using the law of attraction? The answer to this question is quite simply, yes. The same principles apply here. Finding love and relationships with the law of attraction is exactly the same idea as manifesting physical objects like jobs, houses, cars, or money with the law of attraction. Similarly, the key to using the law of attraction for love and relationships is to assume the feeling of wish once it is fulfilled. In turn, this will solidify the state you desire to be in into a physical reality. Let's look more closely at how the law of attraction applies to love and relationships. To begin, under the law of attraction, anything you put energy toward is what will be drawn back into your life. Putting this in a different way, your vibration, state of being, controls what is reflected back to you. These reflections occur in your life as the events and experiences that occur. To put it simply, if you want to invite and create a love-filled relationship, you must first enter into a love-filled relationship with the self. You must practice manifesting the feelings that are associated with the loving relationship before you may even be in one. With yourself, you must establish strong feelings of completeness, fulfillment, happiness, and elation with life. Furthermore, it is necessary to understand that the law of attraction is always working, and our unknowing negative energies can impact it. No matter where you are always located at the right place at the right time. Not knowing this often becomes a problem which is triggered by sending out the wrong vibes to the universe. Often, we hear people say that if only I was at that place, at that time, I would have met the right person. Because the law of attraction is continuously working, the energy the person who says this is putting out is never being in the right place at the right time. By having constant complaints, you are bringing more of what you're complaining about into your reality. Moving forward, let's envision a practical method for finding love and relationships with the law of attraction. In this case, perhaps you want to get married but you have not yet found that perfect partner. Here's a scenario of you would use the law of attraction for marriage. First, it is essential to not limit the relationship that you want to one individual. It is a better idea to visualize and capture the sensation of an abundant and fulfilling overall life experience instead. Keep all of your options open so that the law of attraction can reflect that feeling back to you in the best way possible. If you insist that it must happen in a particular way or with a particular person, you could be blocking an important way for your relationship to develop. The centerpiece of the law of attraction is to give off the sensation of the state you desire to be in. This is what is meant by vibrating at the frequency of your desired goal or state. Once you have given off the feeling that you desire, latch onto that feeling in as many ways as you can and for as long as you can. To the best of your power, act as if your desire is already real and true, here and now. Then, more objects of that vibrational tone will be brought to you in experiential reality by the law of attraction. Let's look at another example. If you'd like to travel when you are married, imagine yourself breathing in the exotic air. All of your senses can be used to both give off and hold on to this feeling. Feel how warm the airplane is when you board. Breathe your sigh of relief when you come down from the plane. Thoroughly imagine everything that you'll experience in a different country. By continuing to imagine these feelings, they will be made reality by the law of attraction. Remember that your travel plans are all part of the vibration of being married. Continue to think through what you would want to do in a scenario like marriage and get into the vibrations. Many married couples like to travel together. Other married couples like to try new restaurants. Do whatever it is that you feel is associated with married life now. If you look forward to going out with other married couple friends, go ahead and do it right now. You don't have to wait until you're actually married to experience all of these things. The law of attraction will recognize that you are giving off vibrations that are a part of marriage. In addition, meditation is an amazing method to focus your manifestation energy. Let's go back to the marriage scenario. While meditating, assume the feeling of wearing your wedding ring on your ring finger. Feel the sensation of turning it on your finger. Take the ring off. Continue doing this, utilizing all of your senses until it finally feels real. With these actions, you are emitting the total vibration of the marital state. Act it out. Feel it. Be it. This is how to perfectly utilize the law of attraction. Meditating on the state of being married could take on many forms. As a man, you can adopt the vibration of serious responsibility in your marital home. When you leave your job, envision how it would be like to return back home to a wife after a long day on the job. Imagine looking for anniversary gifts as you pass by stores. You can see that you don't only have to think about this when you are alone and meditating. In addition to the example above, where imagines several scenarios for buying a gift for his wife and family, there are several other situations where you can practice manifesting your marriage. You could also be riding the train, waiting at the checkout line, or walking in the park. Manifest how being married goes along with the situation that you're in. The most important step is to assume the vibration, acting like the desired state is already happening here and now. When this is done, the law of attraction will attract you to the situations, events, and people that match your vibration of being happily married. Your experiences can only be what you are the vibration of. So, if you are consistently sending out the signal of being happily married to the universe cannot do anything else but reflect this back to you. In closing, the law of attraction is extremely, perfectly accurate, even in love. In fact, it's so accurate that as you change your vibration, you will see the definite signs in your path. Even now, you are seeing definite signs of where your point of attraction is. Find your love and relationships now by sending out loving and focused vibrations to the universe. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. Lewis B. Smedes. Universal Laws and the Law of Attraction. We've made numerous mentions of laws of spirit or universal laws. Let's take a closer look into these laws and how they affect how and when things manifest. There are laws of the world and there are laws of the universe. The laws of the universe are those that govern everything that happens in the world. These are also referred to as laws of spirit. Everything in reality is a result of consciousness, and the various laws of spirit affect how our consciousness affects our reality. Some aspects of these laws include karma, intention, gratitude and faith. These qualities can also be seen as psychic power, and psychic power trumps physical power every time. One of the strongest laws of spirit is the law of karma. Karma is the rule that what you put out, you get back. Thus, whatever you hold in your consciousness and project through your speech and actions is what you will receive in turn. This is why those that act out of hate, contempt or anger, often experience those emotions in turn. Likewise, those that project joy and love to others will receive joy and love in return. Intention is one of the most important laws of spirit that exists. It is the intention behind your actions that determine what effect that action has on your reality. It goes beyond human interactions, expanding into everything that exists. For example, if you were to help someone learn a new skill only because you wanted to see them fail, your experiential reality will reflect the intention of dishonesty back to you. This is how the laws of spirit override physical action. Another important aspect of psychic energy is gratitude. Gratitude is one of the simplest, yet most profound of the laws of spirit. It brings more to be appreciative for. This is why some of the world's most humble individuals are often the most abundant. Finally, faith is another great fundamental law of spirit. Faith is the energy of expectation. When you expect something to happen, you put expectancy into revelation. Therefore, the more faith you have in a specific desire, the quicker it comes into manifestation. As you can see through these laws, the Spirit is always leading us to act with integrity and love. It is when we act outside of these that we often face trials and tribulations. This is how the Spirit teaches us lessons. When we learn how to act with integrity and love, the Spirit helps us evolve in life. On the other hand, if we do not properly apply the lessons learned, our trials and tribulations become more intense. Rather than viewing this as punishment, we should see this as the universe's way of showing us how to lead more honorable lives. The laws of spirit determine how our experiential reality unfolds. This psychic energy is what brings our desires into life. Remember, mind triumphs over matter every time, so learn and apply these laws in your everyday life. It is not the answer that enlightens, but the question. Deconverts. Nurturing the real you, the spirit within. To ensure that you are at a prime vibrational point of attracting what it is you'd like to manifest in your life, it is necessary to maintain a state of spiritual well-being. There are ways to nurture your spirit, the real you. This will keep you in the vibration of love and empowerment. Let's explore some aspects here, of nurturing the real you, spirit, with regard to the law of attraction. Just as it's important to take care of your body, it's also necessary to take care of your spirit. Everything in the universe, including humans, is a spirit. We are spiritual beings living a human experience. In order for us to be in complete alignment with the universe, we must feed our spirits. After all, physical reality is a reflection of the spirit. There are a number of ways to maintain spiritual well-being, such as increasing your meditation practice, spending time in nature, realizing your various purposes in life, and minding your thoughts. Meditation is a necessity for spiritual well-being. Every once in a while, it's important to step away from the stresses of daily life and find a calm within. Releasing resistance and relaxing into ourselves through meditation is a great way to align our energy and tune in with the universe. In a meditative state, all of our energy is focused and channeled into the present moment. During this state of being, we are most receptive to insights from the universe and our higher selves. Earth is a living being, sometimes referred to as Gaia or Mother Earth. By spending time in nature, we maintain our spiritual well-being. Being near trees or water connects us to the living consciousness of Earth. And when we appreciate the beauty of the world around us, we nurture our connection with Gaia and feed our spirits. Another way to maintain spiritual health is by realizing our various purposes in life. When one has a purpose, they strive for positive goals that bring a sense of happiness and accomplishment. Charity and good deeds for others is an example of purposes that satisfy the spirit. When something is done out of service to another, the soul emits the vibration of love, and unconditional love is the highest vibration that can be reached. Finally, minding our thoughts is necessary to preserve a healthy spirit. Keeping thoughts positive and focused on the desires of our hearts brings to reality positive outcomes. Negativity only brings you down, creating energy blockages in your field of awareness. As such, having a healthy mind produces a healthy spirit. While these are only a few methods, there are many other ways to maintain spiritual well-being. As everything stems from the spiritual realm, taking care of your spirit is necessary for all other aspects of your life. With spiritual well-being, it is now possible to perform spiritual alchemy, the act of transformation, more effectively. If you would be a real seeker after truth, it is necessary that at least once in your life you doubt, as far as possible, all things. René Descartes. Spiritual alchemy. One of the most amazing things about being a spiritual being having a human experience is that you can decide, at any moment, when you want to transform your life. Sometimes you'd want to make small transformations, while at other times you may want to make bigger changes. Whatever the desired degree of difference you'd like from one reality to the next, this is the act of spiritual alchemy. Everything starts at the SPT level. Then, you'll experience your inner state of spirit in the form of experiential reality. Through the power of our consciousness it is possible for us to transform the world around us. Spiritual alchemy is the process of changing our inner awareness and observing the result in the outer world. It is our ability to choose to expand our consciousness to the highest potential. Alchemy is the term for the act of transformation. Therefore, practicing spiritual alchemy is to practice an inner transformation, reflecting our consciousness to ourselves in the physical reality. In order to understand spiritual alchemy, it's important to realize how thoughts and speech help shape and create our lives. Everything that happens in life stems from the psychic spiritual world, where our thoughts and inner speech occur. This realm is often referred to as the causal plane and is the source of psychic thought and energy. All experiences rest in this causal plane and can be activated by our thoughts and speech. Every time you consciously think about a past or future experience, you are activating the energetic vibration of that life event, or bringing it to life. Essentially, the thoughts and inner speech you entertain in your consciousness take form in the physical world. There are several exercises you can perform to engage in spiritual alchemy and change your experiential reality to reflect what you want to see in your life. Put yourself in a positive frame of mind and feel appreciation. By sowing thoughts of appreciation, you open yourself up to the possibility of reaping favorable results. When positive thoughts of similar vibrations meet, they materialize. Another spiritual alchemy exercise is to talk from the basis of your wish fulfilled. We are constantly engaged in inner talk, whether rehearsing conversations in our head, debating decisions or imagining various scenarios. Our inner conversations should take root in the belief that our desires will be fulfilled. Likewise, it's important to have faith in order for spiritual alchemy to take place. Faith requires you to believe in the unseen, and knowing that what you believe in your mind's eye has been created and will be so is necessary for spiritual alchemy. Remember, everything that can happen already exists in the spiritual plane of pure psychic energy. Just as it's important to mind your inner speech, it's just as necessary to mind your outer speech. Speech creates, therefore speaking positive vibrations is a key component of alchemy. By speaking things into existence, we can transform our realities. As you can see, spiritual alchemy is a powerful way to take control of your life as a powerful conscious creator. Likewise, you will be able to positively influence others and live life to the fullest. Knowing others is wisdom, knowing the self is enlightenment. Tao Te Ching. Meditation, the search for enlightenment. Is the understanding and application of all of this what it means to be enlightened? Yes and no. By incorporating these spiritual gifts of the universe and applying the law of attraction in your life, you are operating on a higher state of consciousness. But remember, you are always learning. In this elevated state, you are creating within the frequency of empowerment. This is indeed an enlightened state. The key to making this all work is to remain in that state of empowerment and enlightenment. Through the law of attraction, you will then continue to experience life from an enlightened state of consciousness on a continuous basis. Enlightenment is an elevated state of consciousness. It is experienced by reflection, contemplation and meditation. It is in this state that we know who we truly are, an eternal spirit, a divine being of light bathed in the power of all that is. When in an enlightened state, one no longer operates from the point of the ego. Instead, an enlightened individual lives and navigates through life from the multidimensional filter of the heart, which moves one toward love instead of fear. Through enlightenment, every moment is reflected on, each experience is contemplated upon, reality becomes meditation. There are many stages of enlightenment, though there is no specific order or set path. These stages can be experiences in isolated moment or simultaneously. When one is truly enlightened, however, they walk in a state of constant alignment with the universe and operate within this frequency stream. After one becomes enlightened, they are open to multidimensional awareness, able to tap into the universal force that is available to all and able to see beyond what the five senses translate. Meditation is key to reaching enlightenment. In a meditative state, all resistance is released as one becomes united with the universe. In this state of being, one refuels their psychic energy. It is in meditation that the lines of communication are opened to spiritual guides, teachers and the higher self. By going into meditation, one ceases all thoughts of being limited and opens themselves up to the infinite nature of their being. When expanding the multidimensional nature, one is able to better utilize the power of intuition. Some individuals communicate with the higher self in meditation, others communicate with the higher self and spiritual friends in dreams. All dimensions are available to us in a meditative state, as there is no separation between the non-physical dream experiences and third dimension reality. Operating in multidimensional awareness adopts the enlightened understanding that we are all powerfully divine beings. The guidance we receive over different dimensions always leads to activating the energy of love. When in meditation, your body, mind and spirit act in unison. In this way, you operate as a whole being. Your body is an immaculate physical vessel for your soul to navigate the physical earth with. Therefore, it is a much greater entity than given credit for. The body is a bioelectrical machine made up of trillions of cells. Within these trillions of cells, cellular memories are stored, perceptions are made, sensory sensations are received, emotions are experienced and the body's behaviors are enacted. All of this is better accessed and utilized through meditation. This is because in meditation, one concentrates solely on breathing and all of their power is brought into the present moment. As you know, the present is where all of one's power is. This is why the longer the meditation session is, the more profound the results. It is where the skills of clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, telepathy, extrasensory perception, intuition and cosmic consciousness are further experienced. To see the spirit in this way is to see the spirit in everything. After all, everything that we see is spirit and everything physical has a spiritual counterpart. Through enlightenment, one can see all that is experienced as a reflection of what is going on inside of the consciousness. In recognizing that all that is seen is a divine reflection of one's state of being, an individual adopts a state of being in all that they do, knowing they are fusing this energy of creation with the all that is. From an enlightened point of view, one can see all as a magnificent orchestration of spirit. To love yourself right now, just as you are, is to give yourself heaven. Don't wait until you die. If you wait, you die now. If you love, you live now. Alan Cohen. Psychic connections and gut feelings. We all often hear about connections being important in life. You need connections to better your career, to better your social status and so on. However, there's an even greater connection that's important to all of life, as well. That connection is one that everyone already has access to from birth. This is one's psychic connection to the universe. Your psychic connection can manifest in a plethora of ways. However, one of the most common, simplest, yet most powerful ways is via gut feelings. At one point or another, we've all experienced a gut feeling. This strong sense of intuition is a psychic connection each of us has with the universe and the spiritual guides around us. In paying attention to those good or bad feelings we get, we are accepting the guidance the universe offers to us each and every day. Following a gut feeling is the best way to improve one's psychic connection with the universe. The more you listen to your intuition, the stronger the connection becomes. By choosing to follow your gut, you're asking the spiritual guides to continue to provide more guidance in your life. In doing so, you broaden and strengthen your power of intuition. In tapping into intuition, you are also able to tap into the power of the subconscious. Many believe that the subconscious is the portion of our being that stores information beyond our imagination. It is a connection that spans over timelines, lifetimes and dimensions. As such, the spiritual guidance of the universe is something that is impossible to logically explain, yet the experience is so real. Most people can recognize a gut feeling, although many have trouble trusting it. Oftentimes, when the instinct kicks in, people often second-guess their decisions. The key to properly utilizing your psychic connection to the universe is to always trust that initial feeling. Since we are all vibrational beings of pure energy and pieces of the great all that is, the universe communicates with us through electromagnetic impulses. This is why we can sometimes sense vibes from other people or different places. Therefore, it is important to pay attention to our intuition and accept the universe's guidance. It isn't difficult to improve your intuition and to become more open to accepting those gut feelings. A simple way is to meditate regularly. Through meditation you quiet your mind and align your energy center with the universe, opening your body to listen to the psychic vibrations. Guidance comes easier when you are in a meditative state. Another way to improve your psychic connection is to drink plenty of water. The body is 99% water. So it only makes sense that the more water you take in, the more open you are to the spiritual communications. Finally, the easiest way to improve your psychic connection is to just trust your gut feeling. If you never trust those initial feelings, you will never see how supportive your intuition and the universe can truly be. Therefore, it is important to always consciously stay connected. Remember, you are always connected. It's just a matter of being consciously connected in a way for you to be aware of this profound spiritual gift. This is an power within that can be used in all manners of life. If you open your heart, love opens your mind. Charles John Quarto. The Light Body and Psychic Protection. Your ability to manifest with the law of attraction can sometimes be affected by factors around you. What do you do about those people that are always so negative? How do you deal with those who, more often than not, speak words of anger, deceit, and your defeat? How about those who may not even believe in the law of attraction? In cases like this, it is necessary to engage in psychic protection. For it is your light body's inner faculties that are affected by this, and in turn, having an effect on your manifestation efforts. Psychic protection is just another important aspect of our daily lives. Safeguarding our lives from negative energies and attacks is as necessary as looking both ways before crossing the street. Each day we are challenged by a number of psychic attacks, those negative vibrations that try to take over our well-being. We can engage in several activities daily to protect ourselves from these attacks, perpetuating our desire for a healthy, happy life. We are all beings of light. Each and every one of us is a light body made up of psychic energy centers. An energy of the highest vibration of unconditional love. Which is why it is important to keep ourselves as illuminated as possible. We can harness this power to ward off negative energy and psychic attacks by consciously calling on the power of the divine white light, which is the source from which we all emanate. Try this exercise to call upon the sacred power of the white light. Envision a vibrant, white light beaming from the great central sun and passing through your being, moving slowly from the crown of your head through to your heart energy center and flowing down your legs and uniting with the energy of Mother Earth. This light is an invigorating connection between yourself, the earth below and the higher realms above. Then imagine the light enveloping you, circling around your being as it cleanses your aura. Let this bubble of light sheath you, protecting you from any negative attacks that may come your way. Some instances of psychic attacks can occur in places heavy with dark energy. For example, hospitals and houses occupied by earthbound souls or negatively oriented spirits, also referred to as ghosts. These spiritual entities respond to emotional energy. If you emit an energy of fear, a negatively oriented spirit may latch onto your energetic body, amplifying more fear into your being. As a result, this negative energy intensifies. Fear is a lower vibrational energy and negative spirits feast on lower energies. Constantly calling on the power of the white light can also keep your aura clear and avoid conflicts with these spirits. By either practicing the above-mentioned visualization, or simply saying I call upon the white light for cleansing and protection, you can purify your energetic field and release yourself from the influence of negative spirits. With a positive, light aura you will either lead the Great Spirit of the universe toward your positive energy or drive the negative spirits away from your light. After all, light always eclipses the darkness. Other forms of psychic attack appear in others' negative thinking. These negative psychic thoughts can invade layers of your aura and cause emotional, mental, physical or spiritual problems. Another way to maintain a positive aura and clear yourself of lower energies, is by smudging. Smudging, an ancient Native American method using sage, can help clear areas like your home and drive out any dark energies in your environment. Additionally, it is when your environment is neat and uncluttered that energy flows best. This is why it is important to clear clutter for clarity. Everything carries energy, either positive or negative. So when you have things in your personal space and surroundings that reflect dark energies, it eventually takes a toll on your being. Take time to look at everything in your home, whether pictures, clothing or belongings. If any of these things bring about negative energies, remove those objects and begin the healing process. Over time, you'll notice that the heaviness in your surroundings have evaporated and lightness will take over your home. As you can see, there are many simple practices you can do to build and maintain psychic protection. Attacks can occur in many ways at any time, but through regular clearing of negative energies and constant use of the divine white light will keep your being protected. As a light being, you have the power to protect yourself and your environment clear from psychic attacks. Any situation that you find yourself in, is an outward reflection of your inner state of beingness. El Morya. The mind's eye. The mind's eye is one of the most paramount keys of creation. For it is the home of imagination. This is where you image your experiences. This is where you paint the images of your reality, repeatedly, until it hardens into physical reality. Here, you are using the law of attraction by attracting to you the pictures that you paint and entertain in your mind's eye. The mind's eye, the seat of the third eye chakra, is one of the 7 energy centers of the light body, that is, your inner energy body. Because this is such a significant factor in manifesting with the law of attraction, it is important to understand this energy center, as well as the entire chakra system of the inner human body. Your being is a source of light energy. A vibration of different frequencies and speeds. As multidimensional beings, our bodies are made up of 7 levels of psychic energy, all contained within an aura of electromagnetic energy. Helping the flow of that energy through our bodies are chakras. Chakras are centers of energy throughout the body. Each of these centers act as a gateway for energy to flow in, out and throughout our bodies. The 7 chakras govern different aspects of the body and are represented by a corresponding color, the red root located at the base of the spine and influencing our adrenaline, the orange sacral located in the sacrum and influencing our reproductive systems, the yellow solar plexus located in the pancreas and governing our digestive system, the green heart ruling our immune system, the blue throat governing our communication, the indigo third eye in the pineal gland controlling our intuition, and the violet crown dictating our connection with the higher level. The 6th chakra, the third eye, is unique as it is directly related to our psychic abilities. The third eye, also known as the mind's eye, is responsible for developing wisdom, higher vision, visualization and psychic abilities. It is the source where all visions stem from. In order to fully experience our psychic capabilities, opening and activating the third eye is key. An activated third eye will support a heightened sense of intuition, stimulating our sensitivity to premonitions. It can also provide us with a broader perspective, giving us the ability to see things in the best way possible. Additionally, a fully energized third eye will help establish a stronger connection with the astral world, giving us more vivid dreaming experiences. So how can one unlock the abilities of the third eye and connect with their higher self? Meditation is essential. Find a quiet, comfortable place where you will not be disturbed. It should be a place you can sit upright, in the lotus position, and away from distractions. Close your eyes and concentrate on your breathing. Then shift your focus to the center of your forehead, where the third eye is often felt. As you continue to breathe in, imagine the indigo light of the chakra pulsing in your third eye and leaving the body as you breathe out. Continue this process of powering up your third eye for at least 5 minutes. When your third eye is first activated, you may feel an initial tingling sensation in the center of your forehead. Oftentimes, individuals may feel symptoms of a headache, pressure or a full migraine. By opening the third eye, discovering a gateway can lead to a large range of opportunities. The improvements you can experience in your psychic abilities can not only benefit yourself but also those around you. It is highly important to understand your light body system in the same way that you understand how your 5 senses work. Just as you work to enhance those abilities, your 5 senses taste, sight, touch, smell, sound, you should do the same for your light body and its energy centers, or chakras. Your 6th sense is just as important, because, after all, you are manifesting from within. If the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. Meister Eckhart. The 6th sense. We are all familiar with our 5 basic senses: sight, smell, taste, touch and sound. These senses are constantly used, helping us develop our perception of the world around us. However, there's one sense that is typically disregarded, ignored or downplayed, the 6th sense. The 6th sense, although it sounds singular, is actually a cluster of various psychic energy abilities that we all have. Often referred to as intuition, the 6th sense is actually a cluster of various psychic capabilities. When used with our other senses, the 6th sense can help us expand our world and navigate through it. While some may believe this psychic awareness is exclusive to certain individuals, the truth is that we are all born with this ability. The key to tapping into these abilities is becoming aware of our psychic skills. The level of one's psychic awareness determines how much of their psychic abilities can be realized. As mentioned, 6th sense is a collective term used to describe our various psychic capabilities. There are 4 common features to psychic abilities: clairscience, clairvoyance, claircognizance and clairaudience. Each of us has a degree of a kinesthetic sense of feeling. However, when one is able to pick up the psychic vibrations in certain places or other beings, this is known as the ability of clairsentience. Clairsentient individuals are capable of receiving meaning sensations within their bodies. For example, Have you ever sensed when another person has entered the room without looking at the door? Or have you ever walked in the room and picked up on an unusual energy around you? This is the clairsentience aspect of your sixth sense at work. When someone is referred to as a clairvoyant, they are typically pictured as commercial psychics with tarot cards and crystal balls. But anyone can tap into the power of clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is the ability to see beyond the basic senses. People with a strong sense of this ability often see significant images flash in their mind's eye, answering questions that may have been brought up. These visions can come from anywhere and anything and are designed to guide the perceiver along their path of evolution. Most people are familiar with the sense of claircognizance. This aspect of the sixth sense is the ability of just knowing something. There's no logical reason for this thought or concept to come to one's mind, but it's hard to doubt the validity of this intuition. Claircognizant individuals can often tell you things about people they've never met or may give you information you need out of nowhere. Clairaudience is a unique skill, typically utilized by spirit mediums and channelers. This is the ability to physically hear phrases, tones, sounds, thoughts, songs and other audible sensations. The sources of these messages can come from anywhere, whether other beings, earthbound spirits, or guides from other dimensions. While everyone has the ability to harness this skill, channelers are known to use it more, developing their prowess. If you've experienced any of these, you're aware of your sixth sense capabilities. If not, the way to improve the use of your sixth sense is by becoming aware of the chakra system. Chakra controls the flow of energy throughout the body. By balancing the chakras through meditation, you can attune yourself to the energy in and around you. Once you open yourself up to the endless possibilities of the sixth sense, your world will expand in ways that you could never have imagined. The outer conditions of a person's life will always be found to reflect their inner beliefs. James Allen. Understanding telepathy. There is a unique way in which we communicate with one another, telepathy, yet another infinite aspect of our sixth sense capabilities. Telepathy is the use of our sixth sense psychic abilities to communicate with others, regardless of distance and space. It takes form through visions, feelings and emotions. The only thing needed to transfer our thoughts and ideas, without using physical cues, is a strong psychic connection with one another. In order to understand telepathy, it's important to remember that the universe is made up of one single substance, meaning everything in and around you comes from the same energy source. Therefore, everything in the universe is connected on some level. Because of this universal connection, we are able to recognize the psychic vibrations of thought frequencies from others. It is especially easy to pick up on these emotionally charged thoughts with those whom you share a strong, spiritual connection with, such as family and close friends. For example, has someone never seemingly randomly crossed your mind and soon after you run into or hear from that person? When you think of someone or something, an energy is released into the universe, creating a psychic link, and travels to that person or thing. All thoughts exist in the psychic realm of infinite space, so when a thought is released into this supernatural universe, anyone can receive it. However, those who share a stronger psychic bond are more likely to pick up the thoughts and feelings of one another. Telepathy occurs when two or more people are on the same vibration. In order to improve and make yourself more receptive to telepathic communication, it's necessary to be in an open and calm state of mind, allowing communication and energy to flow freely through your being. Telepathy is a unique gift that can improve relationships and help groups solve problems. By becoming more aware of your telepathic skills, you can begin to naturally develop your other psychic abilities. Each of us has the opportunity to consciously decide who we wish to become as well as how long it's going to take us to get there. Mediumship of Edgar Cayce. Messages from spirit guides. Each and every one of us are presented with many spiritual gifts from the universe before we are born. One of these gifts come in the forms of spirit guides to assist and guide us through our lives on earth. Spirit guides are multidimensional beings and come in a variety of forms. While everyone is given at least one spirit guide over our lifetime, we may have up to 7 guides at any given moment, collectively referred to as a soul team. These guides can be beings in which we have a psychic connection with, whether animals, angels, family or friends who have passed on, or beings from other dimensions of previous lifetimes. Your spirit guides work with you when it is most appropriate and will always help you in ways that will best serve your life. After all guidance that comes from the spiritual realm is designed for your highest good. They operate from the view of the higher self and can see things from a perspective that you may not be able to witness in the physical reality. This is why they may not respond in specific ways which we might assume. How can one prepare and open themselves to receiving messages from the spirit guides? The first step is through meditation. By becoming more sensitive to the energy of the spirit, you will be able to discern the subtle intuitive messages coming from your guides that will help you in your daily life. It is also important to set forth clear intent and let your guides know what it is you're seeking. You must first ask in order to receive, so project your wishes to your spirit guides and wait and be aware of whatever messages you might receive. Messages from the spirit can sometimes come in subtle ways, such as in the way of gut feels or flashes of insight. Other times it may be blatantly obvious, like the constant suggestions of a friend or a significant life event or experience that pleasantly points you in the direction of where you want to be. Spirit guides are especially playful and creative in how they deliver messages. In order to receive these messages, you need to be open and aware to how the spirits are communicating. No request is too big or too small for your guides. They are brought into your life to help and guide you in whatever way necessary. However, the key to receiving their guidance is to ask. When you receive the answers you are searching for, always thank your guides for their support. The more you work with them and acknowledge their presence, the more they will make their presence known. Remember, however, spirit guides have lives of their own, too. They will merely point you in the right direction, they will not do the exploration for you. Spirit guides are truly a gift of the divine. It is only by grounding our awareness in the living sensation of our bodies that the I Am, our real presence, can awaken. G.I. Gurdjieff. Maintaining your vibration. The laws of attraction are the very fabric of the nature of reality. They respond to our vibrational frequency. In this way, universe acts like a big mirror, matching our thoughts with physical manifestations of the same vibration. You often hear people talk about someone's vibes. Well, this is what determines your reality. If you are constantly projecting out bad vibes, then naturally, others will pick up on this energy. Additionally, your reality will reflect back to you low vibrational experiences. You can then see how the universe as a big mirror, with the laws of attraction reflecting to our thoughts and emotions in physical form. The laws of attraction are always on. The universe is always responding to your vibration frequency. By putting your attention on the positive aspects of your life, you will be able to increase your vibration. The emotion with the highest vibrational frequency is that of appreciation. Therefore, when you emit the vibration of appreciation, by the powerful laws of attraction, the universe will deliver to you more opportunities, events, and experiences to be appreciative of. What is the law of attraction? The laws of attraction responds 100% accurately to the thought frequencies and vibration that you project. The dominant thoughts that you send out to the universe determines what thoughts and feelings are reflected back to us in the way of experiential reality. In other words, your mind is like a radio station. By way of your thoughts, we attract that station of reality into our experiential reality. Here's some more great free law of attraction info. Just like operating a radio, if you want to listen to the music on 95.5 you can't tune into 102.7 and expect to hear the music on 95.5. You've got to tune your radio station to 95.5 if that's what you want to hear. Naturally, what you attract into your life is determined by the vibrational frequency that you tune into by way of your thoughts. So, if you want to experience the radio station of abundance, you must tune your thought frequency to that of abundance. You can decide in the powerful present moment to direct your thoughts in the direction of what you desire and who you are. The laws of attraction don't care where you've been or why you want what you want. The law of attraction is responding to your vibration now. The point of power is in the present moment. For this reason, it serves no value to think about yesterday's failures or tomorrow's worry. Instead, utilize the powerful laws of attraction to attract what you want in your life. Remember, the laws of attraction don't only respond to thoughts. They respond thought, word, and deal. Therefore, just as you are to focus your thoughts on what you desire, your speech and action should also be alignment with who you truly desire to be. Therefore, if you wish to be a confident entrepreneur, then you should surround with the people, surroundings and situations that support this desire. The powerful laws of attraction respond to your state of being. Attract what you want in your life by keeping your state of being in alignment with that who you truly wish to be. Law of attraction and disease. Anyone can benefit from a law of attraction coaching. The law of attraction can be applied to many aspects of life. As you see, you can benefit from lower coaching if you are looking for improved health, career advancement, and relationship guidance, or if you'd just like experience positive change in your life. If you are looking for improved health, the law of attraction can help you obtain optimal health. With lower coaching, you can learn how to maintain a healthy frequency at all times. The law of attraction teaches us that all health ailments originate from emotional stress. The law of attraction teaches you that well-being is always making its way to you. However, due to limiting belief systems and negative attitudes, this loving energy can often be blocked or obscured. As a result, disease follows. In other words, all diseases, just as the name implies. Disease is a disallowing of ease. When you acknowledge the law of attraction, you will be able to utilize your emotions in empowering ways. For now, no longer will you be a victim of emotions. Instead, you will see emotions are a beautiful indicator of where you are vibrating in relation to the law of attraction. The law of attraction shows us that you are not to be a victim of emotions. Instead, it is best to see emotions as the powerful tools of creation that they are. For emotion is energy, is motion, emotion. This is the energy in motion that we power behind our ideas. Emotion is the start of all disease. For example, if one is constantly thinking about how they must protect themselves from germs, then they are creation with the energy of fear. Thus, they are attracting to them that very thing which they fear. The law of attraction brings to us whatever we put your attention on. So, if you are putting your attention on something, with the constraining energy of fear, it is that corresponding energy that will manifest itself into your experience, often, in this case, in the form of disease. However, if your attention is focused on appreciating your good health fueled by the expansive energy of love, then it is this experience that will continue to be manifested in your appreciation. That which is focused on with the energy of love and appreciation brings integrative and expansive results. With the law of attraction, the powers of emotions are seen as a powerful tool of creation. Additionally, if you would like to experience career advancement, then law of attraction coaching is a must. With law of attraction coaching, you will how to attract money and manifest career advancement in your experiential reality. You can learn how to experience life as an ecstatic explosion of synchronicity triggered by the powerful and ancient knowledge of the mighty law of attraction. Finally, the law of attraction has been known to help people find the love of their dreams. You can learn techniques to attract that special someone into your reality. There are many fun, practical and easy relationship methods available by way of the law of attraction. not to be fooled by its simplicity. These methods are rooted in quantum physics and the rules that govern the very existence of the universe. If you're looking for any type of experiential fulfillment, Law of Attraction coaching is for you. As you can see, you can learn to achieve optimal health, improve your career and build relationships with the empowering knowledge of the Law of Attraction. Law of Attraction for students. The Law of Attraction isn't just for people out of school. If you're a student, you can benefit greatly from the Law of Attraction. Legions of students from all over the world are benefiting from the amazing wisdom that's available through the Law of Attraction. Often, when many people think of school, they think of useless classes, unnecessary tests, and a boring curriculum. These are limiting beliefs in their own right. This, in itself, creates limiting energy that blocks many from getting the most out of their schooling experience. A basic core belief of the Law of Attraction is that you are always in the right place at the right time. This is called synchronicity. Because the Law of Attraction says that what you put out you will get back, having this core belief will ensure that you are always getting the best results from your educational experience. This will always ensure that you are aware that you are always learning exactly what you need to know at any particular time in your experiential reality. If you go to school and you know about the Law of Attraction, not only will you benefit from a great educational experience, but you will also know how to create your own unique learning experience. Suddenly now, it doesn't matter which school you go to. Why? Because it is you that is putting out, by way of Law of Attraction, the quality of education that you are going to get back. What this means, is that you can create your own powerful learning experience whether you go to a small school in a tiny town, or accredited school in a big metropolis. You see, the Law of Attraction places the power with you as opposed to outside of you. Remember, you create your reality. So, it doesn't matter where you are, everything is designed by you to serve you in the best way possible. The Law of Attraction says that you cannot perceive anything that you are not the vibration of, therefore if you are emitting the state of a great student gaining powerful knowledge, then a great student filled with knowledge is exactly what you will be. Also, let's say that, in the past, you simply just not been good at school. Maybe your weak subject was always math. Or perhaps you've often had trouble learning new concepts. With the knowledge of the Law of Attraction, you can shift your state of mind and heal these issues in what will seem like an instant. The Law of Attraction doesn't care about what you were vibrating in the past. The Law of Attraction responds to your vibration now. Whatever you are putting out, in terms of your thoughts, words and actions in the powerful present moment is what you're setting up for yourself at a later time. The point of power is in the present. So, whatever you decide to be in the present is placing a receipt in the universe for that very same energy. So, if it is a powerfully strong student in all subjects, then that is what you want to emit in your thought, words and actions in all that you do. The Law of Attraction has no choice but to reflect your state of being accordingly. Whether you're entering college for the first time, embarking on a new educational experience, or just want to improve your education, knowledge of the Law of Attraction will help you achieve exactly what you want. By assuming the perspective of a deliberate creator, the Law of Attraction becomes your all-around professor, keeping the gifts activated. The topics covered in this manual are put together with the intent to bring you into alignment with the empowering and loving nature of the universe. With the acknowledgement of these spiritual gifts, you will be able to more consciously utilize the amazing power of the Law of Attraction. Remember to revisit this manual often, for the human brain is trained to learn and assimilate new behavior by way of repetition. This is the key to activating the empowering beliefs that lay within. Feel free to share any personal reflections on this book by leaving a review. We are also looking for personal stories of triumph for a future book called Empowering Stories, for Empowering Lives, due out later this year. Anyone who submits a story will receive a free gift as a thank you for your positive contribution. You may submit these stories, and can also sign up for updates on this along with other books and messages of empowerment and love at http://www.miketisdalepublishing.com. Visit Mike Tisdale's author page at http://www.amazon.com/miketisdale/e/booq0. Happy creating.